Hello club leaders, welcome to our ConnectSU training. Today I'm going to cover ConnectSU, what that looks like for our general students, as well as going into detail how you all can manage and customize your own page to your own benefit, how to make it work for you and your team, build structure into it, and use ConnectSU as a resource to help connect with students, as well as be a hub for involvement on campus. So I'm going to go and share my screen right now and take it from there. All right, so here we are. This is our homepage for ConnectSU. Since you all are watching this currently, you're for sure have seen this already, so this shouldn't be much of a surprise for you, but this is our ConnectSU page. I'm going to go and show you it from SEEK's perspective because I advise our Student Events and Activities Council, so I'm going to show you what they see. As we go through this, some features that I probably have access to that you may not, so just be aware that there might be some fields that I'm able to edit that you won't be able to edit, but that should not affect your ability to manage your page, to customize it, and use it to your own benefit. So I just went to the Seek page. This is not what the general students are going to see when they first navigate to your group. First, students are going to be able to find it through this All Groups tab here. You'll be able to see this throughout here. You can see all the groups. You can kind of search by different breakdowns. And so I'm going to go back to Seek. So this is what the general students will see, though, this group page. So this is what they see. When we go through this, the back end of things, you'll see kind of where that a lot of that information can come into play. And so just be mindful of that you should really add as much detail as you can to these pages so that you can show the personality behind the page, show the student experience behind the page. Try to convince people that this is a club that you should get involved with, that you should take the energy and time to navigate and be part of. And so I'm going to walk you through this, and then yeah. So this is the home page. You have your logo. You have a cover photo here that we have to switch out. We have our little tagline, memory makers. You have contact information, whether that's email or address. You have your officers here. Some people have photos. I recommend you all to go and fill out your profile so that students can make those connections around campus. Seeing you as a club leader, you're viewed as a student leader on campus and someone that a lot of new students should be looking to find community here. And so filling out your profile is a great way to be that touch point for people if they see you and notice you. You also have to note you can note that your mission is here. Everyone's mission is visible. It's part of that re-registration process or registration process. So that's why, is because it's visible here. I think it's important for a lot of our students to be able to tell, yes, the name of your club's important, but I think seeing what your club is doing and how you do that is just as important as knowing the title of it itself. Also, you have posts. So on your page, you can be able to make posts, kind of like a Facebook wall or whatnot. And then you have upcoming events. So these are our events that we have upcoming that we've posted. Yeah, and so up here along the top, you have a bunch of different tabs. The number of tabs you see right now may be different than what you're what's on your end. And so to add or remove things from being on this these tabs up here, you go to the settings button and you can click, unclick, and click what you want to be there. Also, this is where you can add your group tag line into this page. And so there, boom, change that around. And so this is what the students will see. So they'll be able to see members, as long as the individual club, which I can show you in a minute, has it so that people can view members that are part of the organization or club. This is what they'll see. This is the information you go to reach out to them directly. If your club has like subgroupings, you'll on the back end modify it, and then that's when it allows you to search by the subgroups. As you go through all this, you can see here that on the right side it has your group's name, the way it's identified, social media's tagline, mission, and officers, kind of all throughout the process. Yeah, and so these are our upcoming events. You can see people have registered for the event. You can go into detail on this stuff. A lot of your event coordinators will be trained on this, so I recommend you to, one, connect with them when they complete the training, but also like click around, explore. The event registration process is very detailed. Going through and posting events on here, there's a lot of options for you, so it's something just to be mindful of, which can be really helpful, but again, something to be aware of that your event coordinator is going through currently. Surveys, if you have any live surveys or forms open to the public, you can see them through here, whether that's like a t-shirt giveaway and you're wanting to collect sizes for members that are part of your group. For instance, Seek does Battle of the Bands. We'll be doing our Battle of the Bands submissions form through here. That you'll have on the page. Officers. So this is showing you the officers that are people that are in your club that have a position or a title to them. So you see here we have some of our core positions such as president and advisor, but Seek's structure is a little different. So we have some customized positions as well. I'll show you how we go about that. But the students will be able to see that. They'll be able to reach out directly to individuals, part of the club, so something to be mindful of, and you can always manage the officers through here. Photos. I recommend upload photos from events. Take photos at events, upload them to your ConnectSU. That gives students the ability to understand what to expect from the club, whether that's at your general meetings and photos that are just like candid photos, or from events showing the kind of things that you have going on a year-round basis. It really is a good way to kind of build FOMO for your club in the best, most technical way possible. It's just a great way to customize it and add some historical context. If you have older photos, and again, when you transition out of this role and you have somebody else coming in, having those photos there is a great way to provide some historical context as well. And it's a very easy way. And I mean, imagine a lot of you have photos to begin with, and so might as well add them to that group folders. You can add different folders up here, different albums. Yeah, and then forums. So forums is kind of a couple different things you can do in these forums. So you can do discussions through here. I'll show you what you see on the back side of the page. But I've just posted one very basic question here that students may have when navigating ConnectSU. When it comes to Seek, where should I go to learn more about getting involved in Seek? Trying to learn more about getting involved on campus, and Seek is a group that I'm interested in. Can someone help me? You can respond to these directly. I just responded with, stop by Students Under 350. Again, if anyone is wanting to, please put that down for your club. Our student involvement ambassadors are trained in being able to connect students with our clubs, and so if they're wanting to learn more about getting involved in a club, they can always come out to our office, and we'll put you in direct contact with them, with the people asking questions, or just point them to social media and ConnectSU. But yeah, so you can go through that process, and so you can post kind of FAQ related questions for your club, whether it's if you're like a sport club going like how often do we meet, or if it's like an honor society, like what's our dues. You could do a lot of pre-filled questions in here that can answer a lot of important information for potential members of your club before they join, and so it just kind of helps them collect information and be the most prepared when they enter that space. And so then everybody will be able to see their own personal inbox and membership of the group itself. So yeah, and as I mentioned, you can always change these settings around here. All right, so now I'm going to take you into the back page, the back of the management of your page. And so this is what we're seeing. The manage button is what you as officers will be able to do. And that brings us back to this page. So from here, you'll be able to customize it quite a few things. I'm going to go along the dashboard right now. So our settings here, your group name, acronym, logo, that cover photo. Seek has to upload a new cover photo. Feel free to do that. You can use your photo gallery. That's part of your group's photo albums, or you can upload one separately. Your mission, your membership benefits. A lot of our clubs have filled this out, whether that's just being part of a fun and exciting group of people, or having access to certain things. If you're like an honor society, having access to scholarships, or in like a sport club, having access to performing, traveling, all that fun stuff. Anything that you view as being a benefit, please put that down, because that just helps convince students that that there's something there, in addition to just being a member. It's not just I click join and then I'm nothing. Try to reel people in through the membership benefits, as well as with goals. How do you take your mission and put that to action? So in our constitutions, you have those constitutions as mission and action, but your goals, that is, like, how are you going to do that? How are you complete your mission? How are you going to strive for that? And so that's a very basic thing that is just really helpful for a lot of students when if they can see that in real time. Your constitution is uploaded. A lot of you did it this past year, but make sure that you update that yearly. It's important to update yearly because information does change. Your structures are important. And if a student wants to learn about getting involved in your club, Constitution is the direct way that they can kind of learn about the structure of your group without reaching out directly. And so if you have something that's out of date or incorrect, that really is going to make it difficult for that student to engage meaningfully with your group. So just something to be mindful of, making it easier for them. And then some other basic settings. And so contact information. If you have a group email, put that in there, address. I recommend to have CSI as your home address for it. As you can see, the address was something accessible to the home page, and so if someone has some mail they want to send you, don't have it sent to your personal address, because if someone transitions out of their role and they have their personal address in there, they're going to be possibly getting mail from individuals intending to go to the club. As well with that, having things sent to CSI, that allows us to be that barrier for you all. If you're getting mail that you are not wanting to receive, or getting spam of some sort, that allows us to be that barrier. And like, we receive a lot of mail to begin with, and so just have it set to us so that when you do receive mail, we're able to go, hey, we got mail, please stop by CSI to pick it up whenever you can. So please do that. And when I want to mention this too, though, as you go through and edit these, make sure to press the save button every time. If you make an edit here and go to the next page, go back, it doesn't save. Make sure you have a single pathway to access to privacy. So some of you maybe have received emails so far about this, but if someone wants to join your group, you have to validate them as a basic level of entry into your club. If you don't want to be receiving those emails and you want anyone who desires to join your club to be a member, you have to go into your settings here into access and privacy and turn on this auto validation. It is on nobody's auto validated. Turn that to everyone is auto validated, and you won't be receiving those emails about people joining your club. If you want that to be the case, feel free to go ahead. You'll have to go in and validate the people individually. But in terms of inclusivity, with Seek, we want people to join, be able to be members whenever they want to. And so you can do, you can kind of categorize the auto validation a little bit differently, and that allows you to customize through here. Beyond that, you can turn on, if you're a group that does not want the access of people to see who's in a group, for whatever reason that may be, this allows you to do that. So members can see each other. So if you're in a group and on that members page, you want people to be able to see each other, leave it on. If you don't, and you want it to be kind of anonymous or to be private, turn that to no, and then it won't be able to be seen. And then the membership should be private. That is another one that means that if someone goes, like, say if they go to their friend's profile on ConnectSU, they can be able to see their group members. Turn that to private if you want that to not be visible, so to be kind of more the anonymity for our clubs, if that's something that you're looking for, something you could do through this setting here. Membership. So when you're inviting someone to your membership, you can have expirations for that invite. I recommend not having invite expirations, especially with emails and college students. Someone might not realize they had an email about joining a group for a couple of weeks, and so clicking on it and saying that invite has been expired is probably not the best way to connect with them. So just leave it as an open invite, but again, if you want to, feel free. Social networks over here. Setting. This is kind of how people can search for your club. So please do your best to fill out this the most accurate way you possibly can, just to describe what your club is. Otherwise, don't worry, because you have the basic. It's not basic, but you have the club categories to begin with, and so you're all part of a club category. They can navigate to find you. Otherwise, if you don't find something in here that matches the way you categorize yourself, no worries about that at all. And then additionally, so if someone were to join your club, you can have it set so there's a welcome email sent to them. So we have a welcome to Seek email. Open this tab here. And so there's a couple of different templates that you can use to both send emails, but you also can do like newsletters through here, which is really helpful. They have very fun options outside of the basic like one column template. And so this is what it'll look like. This is what the sequence haven't built out yet, but you have the ability to add photos in here, as well as headers and information like that. And so be very information driven. So it'd be like, welcome to the club. Thank you for joining. You can give them information about your regular meetings. Every club should have a regular meeting of some sort to allow for membership of people, or general membership for people in the club. So we meet every other Tuesday at 5 p.m. in Pickett 102. So they have the ability to know when to be at meetings. If they don't have like an Instagram, they're allowed to use Instagram, but putting it through here, this guarantees that they have access to it. And so you can do that. You can have polls in there. You can go like, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Try to get some engagement from that. What do you want our next outing to be? When are you free for another informational meeting? And then you can also do things like letting them know about upcoming events. And so things like that is just really helpful. You can build into the site through these email templates that will get sent out to your members, and once they join the club. And then forum, you can do some settings regarding forums and preventing people from being able to post in it. I think it's just nice to be able to allow for members to post in it, and then just general users to see it. So only people that are part of the group can post, but anyone can see it. So that way, if they want to learn more about getting involved in it or becoming a member of the club, they don't necessarily have to join it just yet. And so something to be mindful of. And then emails, when you send emails from here, you can be able to have a CC set. You could have it be your group email, or it could be like a president's email, whatever you want to use. Yeah. And so then, so that's the settings buttons. Now I'm taking you to the officers. So a lot of you had questions about like the rigidity of your application for re-registration. That's just because we built your guys' clubs now. Your ability to customize it customizing it now will allow for the next years to have more options with like auto assigning positions. And so because of that, we only have these like options for those positions. Every club has to have a president, a event coordinator, a treasurer, and an advisor. But we have other clubs that have like risk management officers and stuff like that, as well as some basic ones like vice president, secretary, and then just a basic treasurer position. Those are pretty standard across the board that clubs either utilize or have had utilized in the past. If those positions don't cover any of the bases that you want, you can make custom ones. So here we've made 4 here with Seek. You create a new custom position. What do I want to make? Vice president of admin. So like a VP of admin, we don't have a position for that, but then it'll show up here. If it doesn't show up right away, give it a little bit of time, refresh, come back, it'll show up. So you have the ability to make the customized positions. I know some people that have multiple positions on the team. If it's a situation where you have like you're an event coordinator and you're a vice president, um, make sure your primary position, the position that's up here, be the more important of the two. So whether that's the president, treasurer, event coordinator, make sure to have that one up there because that allows us to ensure that that requirement is filled for your club. And then you can fill in here, you can create a vice president position through the custom position tab. And so you have that, both those bases covered. And so if you're like, all right, well, we have these positions here, but we don't have all of our members, you can add officers right here. And so you can type people in right here. All right, I'm gonna add Maddie here. And so like, all right, this person is an officer. And so you can go in and add them to that role. You also can type in their role. So if you say you have just basic vice president positions, or if you want to create some more information about what that role does. So if you have like I know some clubs have like a new student role or position. What does that mean per se? Some people might not know. Well, you can type in the role right here into this, and that allows for some more general understanding of that position and what that might do for you. And that's just off the top of my head, but something you can do for all clubs. And then beyond that, you have your you can do main contact, as well as the ability to turn off visibility for positions on your team. And so that allows for you to, if you say don't want that to be visible to the public, you can turn off that visibility. We can see it on our end, which is that's all we need. We need to be able to at least tell who to reach out to if you have a question. But if that's something you don't want visible to the public for your club's well-being, turn that off. But otherwise, it's currently set to on. And so then you can do this. You can click all of them or select people individually, and you can send officer emails. Again, so I'll click it for myself. And so you can use an email builder, or you can just compose a basic email. Email builder allows for it to be like using this process here. It'll CC that Seek email, subject line, welcome to Seek. Template, you can use any of these templates. Okay, gotta pick one. Then that's where you're able to edit, edit photos, edit the text, as well as you can add events to it. You can add polls. You can add a thank you for the email thumbs up that allows for you to be able to receive that. And so then you go to deliver, and obviously you want to preview it first. And so this is what it would look like. It'll be an email that goes to all your members. It'll be sent to their email box. It looks as if it was just a basic email that you used, but this is all through ConnectSU. So you don't have to worry about using any like MailChimp or anything like that you use for newsletters. You have the ability to build this all into ConnectSU. And the best part about it is it builds off of your your rosters. So not only can you do that to your officers and send it to your officers if you have anything specific to your officers, you can also send that to your members. And then with that too, you can send it to certain members within your group. So whether that's through identities or if they're like certain tags, you can create tags yourself if you don't see one that you want in their subgroups. You can have we have our e-board, we have our general body, we have our leadership, we have our president. You can send it directly to positions. You just have to make sure to tag people as that. And so it just allows you to do all of that, those mail, those newsletters all through here, and it doesn't give off the facade of a scam, which sometimes you can receive from a lot of these different options for newsletters. But this one, it really does a good job at conveying what you're trying to do and gives you the freedom to customize it. All right, and then you also can generate a report on it. So if you want to generate a report, you'll generate a report and it'll get information, the basic information about these individuals, information as like how long they've been in the role, all that kind of stuff. If that's something that you need, you can do that through here. Yeah, and so then you can do a lot of customized sorting through there. All right, and then off into members we go. So I kind of showed you this a little bit, but you can see here that these are the members. You can see here, like, for instance, like Sophie here has the Apple logo. That means they downloaded the app. There is an app for ConnectSU. It's really useful. I've used it so far. It feels like an actual app and not just like a site that is used as an app. So that's something that you could use for like checking in for your events. You can add your ID through your to your virtual wallet, and so you can do like taps to swipe into an event or to check into an event. So something to be aware of there. But other than that, you have basic information that you can access about the individuals. So you'll see their college they're part of, if there's any sort of identities that for their identities, and then yeah, and so this is what you're seeing on the membership side. You can make a member an officer. So right here for Sophie and Shay, we'll make them both officers because they are both officers. And so they'll receive an email that they've been made an officer. But that allows you to do that through here, so you don't have to just invite them from the officer tab. You can just do it directly through here. And that also allows you to remove people from the officer role. You can add the different tags you want to them. So you have just general tags. If you have any subgroups, you can create subgroups for them. But that's what you'll be able to see through here. And then you'll be able to sort by that, so which is really helpful to have in case you're, say, wanting to send an email just to your leadership team, or if you just want it to go to certain individuals, you can click on them individually, and you can send an email, you can send notifications, and this is just a very basic, like a push notification for your through the app. So when they're on the website, it'll also show up here, I believe, in the notifications bell. So just something to be aware of is that you could send things to go through their app as well as through the website. So I encourage you all to get the app. It's campus groups, and you just use your Seattle University login information for that. And so then, yeah, and then the difference between members and contact. So contact is if someone were to register for an event or check in at an event that they've had a contact with your club, which is nice that we can track now. Making them a member means that they're a part of the club. I encourage you that if someone comes to your event, that you encourage them to join the groups page, do all that fun stuff, become an active member in the club, because that gives you the opportunity to engage with them more meaningfully. And so you can do that through here. Yeah, and so that is the current members tab. You can add members through here, whether that's through basic, like we're wanting to add members like I did for officers. You can notify them if not, or you can do a paste list where you can get their emails or their swipes. If you do the swipes that CSI has that you can check out for free, you can paste all of the swipe information into there, their IDs, all that kind of stuff you can put into there. Yeah, and so then you can go through there. Past members, people that have maybe left the group but are historically been part of it. So say if you had someone, you're graduating this year, you'll become a past member, but you'll be able to still have them as a past member on the side. So you'll be able to have that historical context when managing long term. So I know we're starting fresh right now. If you use the old ConnectSU site, you know how quickly membership can roll over. And so something to be mindful of is just keeping that up to date. If someone is not a member anymore, either they leave or they've graduated, mark them as a past member. It allows you to maintain that information, but not sending them emails. Contacts, these are people that have either interacted with one of your events through, a lot of them have registered, but also if you swipe them in for the event, they also do that. And so you can be able to reach out to them directly. Say you're like, hey, we're hiring, or we're looking for someone to fill a role. These are people that have been to events. They've showed interest in you at some capacity, and so that's something for you to ponder on. You can do membership breakdowns, so you can see the kind of different members that you have in your group. Again, uploading members, you can upload them as an Excel document as well. Positions, you can see your positions that you have here that are both officer as well as membership ones, or like membership level positions, and you can create them both through here as well. Emails, we haven't sent any emails yet, but if you want to compose, we're going through that templates right here. Create that email. You can schedule it out. You have your drafts here as well. You can track to see how emails have been opened, if it's like it's been opened by 70% of the recipients, or if it's been opened by 17%. So you'll be able to see how many people have been opening it. And so just that adds a little extra layer for you all to have information on. Delivery status, it'll let you know when it's been sent, which is just super helpful. Notifications, again, notifications send out via push or to those notification bars that I kind of referred to a little bit earlier with members or with officers. Events, I'm going to go into that a little bit more detail with your event coordinators, but this is what it'll look like for it. Preview it. So this is what the students see on their side. A little bit more information on it, and I think it's a little bit just better layout, but it has details. You can sell tickets through here, which is nice. Has locations on here, registered attendees, and if it has co-hosts, it'll show co-hosts as well. And then you can view your past events too. I just want to emphasize though, with these, I really want to emphasize that clubs, you all should be posting all of your events, whether that's general meetings, whether that's tabling, or actual events you are doing. I encourage you to post those on ConnectSU. You can track attendance through it, which again is helpful with maintaining that active club roster, and it makes it a lot easier on you as a club leader to have that information all in one place, and you're not having to copy all of these like submissions on a form and then sending it to this third-party website so you have this for your mail merge or whatever. This just allows you to do a lot more through this site, and so it's something to be mindful of. That we want you to do that, and then track attendance through here. You can track through card swipes. You can track through those IDs in your virtual wallet. You can have a QR code for like people. You can put it on a screen, and people could check into an event themselves. And so if they want to scan that and fill it out, so there's a lot of options for you to get check-ins. But it's really important. It allows us to tell your story at the institution, making sure that we can, as CSI, tell your story as club leaders. There's only so much that we could do if we're like, all right, trust us, our clubs are hosting events. But when we actually have clubs hosting events on ConnectSU, swiping in, getting memberships, showing membership growth, that allows us to tell that story and allows for us to advocate for your needs instead of just kind of going, trust us, this is happening. This allows for us to be a little bit more engaged in how we want to tell that story for you guys. Anyways, so off that soapbox into our surveys and forms. And so, yeah, we have this poll we created. You can, oh. All right, so yeah, you can, so I'm gonna show you that we made an outdoor movie night poll. So what do you want to be played at outdoor movie night? It can be very basic. This is just me showing you what we can do through the site. But you can build in polls in here, and as I was just showing you, you can have that posted to your, you have it posted to your group website, your group page, have it accessible to just everyone or people that are logged in, that are affiliated with the university currently, or if you want just group members, or group officers or anything else. So it allows for you to have a little bit more freedom with it, and it just looks a little bit easier to utilize. So you can do polls, you can do elections, What else can you do? Forums, quizzes, as a lot of you will be doing. You'll be doing quizzes for all these trainings to kind of make sure you've learned some information. So something to be mindful of is that you have those options. And then member success, you can do service hours through here. If you're a group that tracks service hours, you can add service hours into here for individuals, track the hours, the dates, if there's any files to verify. And that'll allow for students to be able to track that on their transcript, which they can be able to access through here, just to show that they are an engaged student on campus. Say if someone is applying to law school and the law school is wanting to learn about how they were in undergrad, or if you're applying to a job post-grad and you want to be able to show them that you are a very involved individual and you've done all these things, that's supplemental material that could be helpful for your you telling your story. And then files, upload your files into ConnectSU. A lot of you have not used the ConnectSU file, and you have to use like Google Drive or whatnot. Use the ConnectSU page because one, this rolls over with every new team member. You don't have to worry about passing on the information, or if you're a club that has to pay for a regular membership, you guys shouldn't have to pay for storing files about your club's legacy and have to decide if you want to pay this money or have to delete something. Put the files into ConnectSU. That creates that historical knowledge for new members in the future, as well as you can be able to decide if something is like available to the general student population or something only available to, like, say, a president. So if it's even sensitive information about like our previous meeting minutes or whatnot that you want to have just available to certain members, you can do that. But you can put documents, you can do photos, all that stuff. But please use this files location to track your documents. And then at the end of the year, when we do like a historical document where you're recapping your time as a club president or whatnot, this is where you're going to put that. You should be taking notes year round about things you've learned, growth areas, all that kind of fun stuff, stuff you wish you knew when joining this role. Track that all on here and put it into this files, and then the next generation of people in this club will have the ability to reference that, and that'll just make things a lot easier for them. So you're really building up the club as opposed to a turnover every couple of years, which sometimes happens with just being in college. Tags, so yeah, you can create group tags as we've created for these. You make subgroups through here, and it kind of tells you a little bit about it. But yeah, and so back to this dashboard up here, some other things I want to point out that you can do through here. So your forums, so you can have general forum questions and requests. And so if someone's making requests, they can put requests through there. You can delete things, you can limit the access, you can create tags, all that fun stuff. Just click around and figure out what you want to do with that. Beyond that, store. The storefront is something that your financial officer, your treasurers will be able to learn more about. It's something that is new with this ConnectSU. You can sell things on behalf of your club with the new storefront, whether that's club merch. If you're doing your tabling and you're wanting to sell things through here, you can sell through here. Doing pre-sale for tickets, if you want to do ticketed event, you should be able to do some of that through here. But your treasurer will learn all about that process in their own training. It is an optional training, but if they want to use it, make sure that they do that so they can learn about that process. But then you get some just other general information about your memberships. So contacts, your members, your accounts that are part of your group. So it just all encompassing allows you to really get a full picture of the scope of your club. You'll be able to see like the data behind the makeup of your club, which is really helpful. It allows you to really understand your constituency better. Yeah, and so if you want to do this, you also can download like a flyer, it's like a QR code, as well as a join link. And so please like put these in your Instagram bios and your link trees or whatnot. Like add this QR code to your like your involvement fair tabling brochure, handout, or one page or whatever you want to call it. Like add QR codes, add the site, all that kind of stuff. Just try to encourage people to join your club, especially in the fall quarter. It's really important to get that club base going because it becomes very difficult to engage with students beyond that. And so reel people in, like host events. After the event, take the time to send out an email thanking them for coming to the event. You can do all that through ConnectSU. This is a site that's intended to give you the resources to succeed as club members, and so you're not having to put in the hard work of making things happen. When the site is here as a resource for you all, we want you to use it so that we could tell your story and that you all can have the best experience you can as a club leader, and then build the club from there. We want you to be able to build a legacy from this and go, this site is what is helpful for that. We want you to have new members join your club. We want people to have your new elections come through and go like, this is our site. This is what we have to make sure we hone in on. And so just use ConnectSU as a resource, poke through the site, kind of figure out your way around it. It is a lot, but it is something that is really helpful and is a great tool to engage with your fellow Seattle University students. So that is the end of our training on ConnectSU. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us through involvement@seattleu.edu. Also, like, take the time. This is a lot of information. Revisit this video, do whatever you need, but just please use ConnectSU the best you can. It's a great resource and something that we fought tooth and nail for this summer to make sure you as club leaders have access to, and is as in-depth as we've wanted and as what you all have told us for a few years now. And so please use this site and we can have a great year together. And yeah, so thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.